clean.
Just a couple of ground rules to go over while we're on the safari today. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened at all times. If you have a lap child, that lap child must stay in the lap of the parent that they started the tour with. You can drink as much as you would like on the safari. Just be careful with the souvenir cups because the straw can be a choking hazard. It gets a little bumpy. This is a camera and cell phone friendly ride. Feel free to take as many pictures as you guys would like. Just make sure to hold on to those devices nice and tight because if it goes off the truck, you will not stop.
The inside is broken on the middle of it.
But there is no guarantee it'll be in the same condition. New Jersey is a no-touch state. You cannot touch the animals. The animals can walk right up to you, give you a smooch on the kiss, but we cannot touch them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter our safari, we are going to be taking a shortcut through Asia. A couple animals that you might see. Everybody wave to the gate guard. They have a very important job here. Everybody wave to the gate guard. They have a very important job here. A couple of animals you're going to see is our llama. A couple of doodad. You might spot a black buck or two. Also on your left is going to be a herd of fallow deer. Now fallow deer, unlike their New Jersey native white-tailed deer, coming up on your right and left will be our Roosevelt elk. Roosevelt elk were named after President Theodore Roosevelt, who is the father of our national park system. Roosevelt elk males are the only ones that'll grow the antlers, and while their antlers are growing, they'll have a thin layer of skin called velvet, which they will tend to scrape off on trees and rocks, which is why you see barriers around our trees and electrical equipment. First animal we'll see here, coming around the bend on your left, will be our African elephant. African elephants are a keystone species, which means they are very vital to their environment that they live in. They will come through and push down any food. Ostriches are also a member of the rat-type family. Look at them. Their egg can weigh 3 pounds and is equivalent to 2 dozen chicken eggs. And now I'm going to come back to the elephants. As you can see, the elephants love to cover themselves in mud. That's just where their molar in the front gets old. A new one will grow in the back and push out that old molar. Over on your right, you will have our white rhino. White rhino's horn is made of keratin, which is the same material as your fingernails and hair. It's not a true horn because if you were to cut it off, as long as the root is still intact, it will grow back. Yes? You want to hear about the buffalo first? Alright, you may be wondering why our Asian water buffalo is located over here in Africa. And that's just because this is the largest source of water that we have here in our safari. And these guys are extremely water dependent. They must be within 20 miles of water at all times. They have a flexible joint right above their hoof right here. That is called a fetlock. Oh, buddy, I didn't mean to scare you. That fetlock allows them to lock their wrist in place to allow them to move through the mud and marsh. Asian water buffalo in some countries, their milk is used to make liquid butter, otherwise known as zebra, is unique to each striped pattern is unique to each zebra. Zebras, due to contrary belief, are actually a dark brown, dark brown to a black. Otherwise known as the ghost of the forest. Now these guys, both the males and females, will have about 10 to 15 stripes located on their body, which helps them be able to secrete a viscous oil, which smells terrible to us, but smells amazing to their mates, and helps deter predators. Also on your right, we'll have our reticulated giraffe. Now, unfortunately, these guys are going through what is known as a silent extinction. In the last 20 years, they have lost 56 of their population in the wild. 56%. Second herd of fallow deer. This is a mixed herd of both males and females, where the first herd we saw was just female. Only the males will grow the horns. And you'll notice that some of these guys are darker than the others. That is because they are melanistic. They produce extra melanin. Cat species, which is why they live in families called prides. Over on your right, you will see our pride of, looks like just male lions. Only the male lions will grow that. We are now entering the Black Bear Ridge, which is the home of our North American black bears. Now, black bears, although called black bears, actually come in four different color variations. They come in a cinnamon brown, a light brown, a dark brown, and blonde.
A brush here so you can see.
A brown bear can be about 100 to 2 pounds lighter than a brown grizzly bear. Excuse me.
Here they are.
And as we come around the bend on your left, will be a mama and 2 cubs.
Oh, look, laying on the rock.
These cubs were born a little over a year ago. If you take a look at their paws, you'll notice that their claws are flat and shovel-shaped. That is the omnivores, which means they'll eat anything, including grain, berries, seeds,
You get him?
Yep, there's one right here.
Right there.
Look at the one right there.
pretty much anything they can get their hands on. Although these guys, the brown bears, the business.
He's so cute.
So our vet stepped in and took over and raised him by hand. This is Stanley.
Hey, Stanley. Aw, hey, Stanley.
Stanley. Because they can pause their pregnancy whenever they do not feel it is safe. And once they feel it is safe, they can resume.
Look at them looking at us.
Hello. What you want, people? You're saying what you
A
looking at?
kangaroo's hips are fused, so 90% of the time you'll see them hopping around like this guy back here. Sometimes you'll also see them lean forward and use their arms and their tail like a rudder and just push themselves. And it is the only herd to have calf
He's like, I'm
muscles.
crossing.
Wait for me.
They are.
Now you'll see that the emu has a nice bluish color. Now here at our safari, the animals do have the right of way, so we will let them cross before we continue.
Let you go home.
See, this male kangaroo is looking, or female kangaroo is looking like she's moving the way that I was telling you about by using her legs and her tail. Bengal tiger. This Bengal tiger is a golden tabby Bengal tiger, which is an extremely rare coloration. They do come in 4 different colorations. They come in the golden tabby, the traditional orange and black, white with black stripes, and white with like an offset white stripe. 2 years ago, they added to 1% of the overall Siberian tiger population.